You're listening to DraftKings Network.
God bless football, Billy Gill.
God bless football, Mikey A.
God bless football, Stugotz.
Why are you smiling so much, Mikey A? What is going on with you?
Billy smiled and it threw me off, and I like it.
What is that even mean? Like, what is that supposed to even mean?
Last week, Billy, you were a little
Yeah.
ho hum.
Yeah.
You were a little upset last week, Billy. It threw me off.
It's
Now
odd
I'm
to
happy.
see.
You're happy.
It's odd to see Billy smiling late in the afternoon on a Monday. Let's be honest.
No,
right?
you know what? Monday is my high energy day. I shouldn't
Right.
say high energy day, but Monday is the day in which I have the most energy I will have for the entire week.
Really?
So the Fridays is really, some people build up to a Friday, and on Friday
build
they're like,
down?
I'm so
Right.
excited. I'm headed into the weekend. And then me, I'm
Yes.
just kind of like, there's nothing left in the tank.
It's all downhill from here for you, huh, Billy?
Yeah. And to be honest with you, thinking this out, I don't know when my batteries recharge, because it's not like weekends are like super relaxing when you have two toddlers. Well,
Right.
a toddler and like a 6-month-old. So I don't know how my batteries even recharge, because I'm not sleeping. It's not that.
Just 2 weeks to go, Billy. I mean, there's 3 more football games this year.
I
4 if you
know.
want to include the Pro Bowl, but really 3. You know?
Well,
There
the
isn't
Pro
a Pro Bowl
Yeah,
game.
there's.
The competitions, the weekend, all that stuff. I mean, it's not a game, but it's a weekend.
It's the games, the Pro Bowl games.
Yes,
Do they still have the flag football game? Yeah, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
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 Should we go to that?
When is it?
Well, we're going to be in
The
Las Vegas
Mannings are the
early.
coaches.
Okay.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Peyton and Eli, huh?
Yeah, those are them.
Yeah.
I know, but I feel
it up.
bad. I always feel bad for Coop. I just
Why?
he's never part of anything. I
Well,
mean,
okay, but realistically, what would you do
Right.
if it's the Pro Bowl games and they're like, you know what? We're going to have Cooper and Archie Manning be the coaches of the teams. You'd be like, why? Why
Yeah.
are we doing that?
No, it's fair. But I just feel bad. They do the watch along, the Manning cast. They're both Hall of Famers. They both played in the NFL. And all Coop, their younger brother, has done is a podcast called Soup with Coop. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, who's like celebrity sibling do you feel worst for? Like, who's the one that you're like, oh, wow, that's unfortunate. Like, did you know, Google right now, did you know, I'm sure we've done this before, Ashton Kutcher has a twin brother?
No.
Google him.
Okay.
You'll see.
I
If
have
you're
to?
listening, Google Ashton Kutcher's twin brother.
Okay.
He's not Ashton Kutcher.
Really?
Yeah. Well, obviously he's not.
He can't
but-
be, right?
Is there another Kelsey?
Yeah. Is his name Brad Kutcher?
Well,
Oh,
listen,
wow.
Mikey, it's a great point. I feel bad for Travis Kelce. I mean, because the best Kelce at that game last night was Jason Kelce.
A bit much.
Travis had 2 touchdowns.
Travis had two
I
touchdowns.
don't
touchdowns.
care. Jason had 25 beers. I mean,
Yeah.
Shirtless
Yeah.
beers.
That's
Him
awkward.
jumping in front of Taylor Swift, knowing where the camera was probably the best scouting report in the game last
Yes.
night.
That's awkward, right? When you're in the booth with the shirtless guy, and it's like when you're outside braving the elements and you're shirtless, it's one thing. But like he's in heat. He's in a comfortable environment. He's just walking around this suite shirtless.
There was a time when they showed Taylor and she's there laughing, and all you see over her right shoulder is a hairless man
Belly
breast.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Jason Kelce.
All
It
you
was
see is
fantastic.
belly hair.
Well, that's
It
the
was
funny
great.
thing about it is that like it wasn't just for show. Like, oh, the camera's gonna be here. Let me take off my shirt and then put it back on. No, he seemed to just
Nope.
be
He
walking.
He was hanging
around.
out like that. Yeah, it was great.
By the way, he looks great.
he does.
And he looks great.
Yeah.
I saw him and I was like, man, I wish that was me.
That's
I wish I had that body.
That's a guy who's not going to retire. That's what I was saying to myself.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Travis said he's got some more football left in him. So
Did he?
he did. He also went out into the parking lot yesterday, Jason Kelce, and had beers with Bill's Mafia.
I saw that. I saw that he was wearing like one of
So great.
those big
Yes.
hats with the bill on it.
Yeah.
He was drinking out of bowling balls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, we have Lions at 49ers.
Whoa.
What happened?
That's if the season ended today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We haven't gotten to that segment
My
yet.
apologies.
We have a lot of things to do today.
My-
We're just jumping the gun here.
Billy, my apologies. I was trying to comment on what I saw over the weekend,
Can I tell you and the audience what we have in store for them today? Just set up the show a bit before
Sure.
we continue to going on.
Please
We
do.
have a lot of things to get to. We have if the season ended today, even though you already heard part of what happens.
Right.
If the season ended
Spoiler
today.
alert.
Yeah, just pretend you didn't hear that. Cover your ears, go, and then like rewind and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new segment
Right.
sponsored by Bayer.
Oh, wow.
Heart racing moments.
Really?
We're gonna get to those later. We're gonna
Wow.
share with you
There
guys
were a
our-
few.
There
our
were
heart
several.
racing moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not like super involved in sales, but I will say this. We have a segment called Billy's Bets Big Boards brought to you by, and we've been waiting for a sponsor, and Bayer fit in there perfectly. If you follow the theme of the bees.
Could have been 7 Bs real quick.
That's what I'm saying. It could have been real quick.
Could have
but
been.
Right.
thank you for Bayer for coming on, and we'll share with you our heart racing moments later on. Do you guys have a top 5 today?
I have a new game for you guys
Oh,
today. I think
okay.
Fuentes has a top 5. I do have a new game for you guys. It's called For the Next 10 Years, Purdy or Blank. Okay?
Blank.
Not Arthur Blank.
That was my confusion.
Right. But I'm going to give you Brock Purdy and the name of another quarterback in the NFL, and you guys tell me which one you would rather have for the next decade. Okay? All right?
Can we play a game that I just invented also
Sure.
called Hot Seat or Cold Seat?
Ooh.
Yeah.
So original. Never heard of this.
Yeah. You don't know how it works. I haven't explained
I
it yet.
don't.
We'll
I'm
get
excited.
to it. We'll get to it.
What's your
Don't-
best guess as to how it works?
Don't get excited.
Fuentes?
I don't know.
Don't assume.
The possibilities,
Does he possibly toss out a coach's name and tell us?
that would be wild.
Right.
We'll find out.
Never been done
Don't-
before at a football show.
Don't pigeonhole him into
We'll
a coach.
find
it
out.
Could be anybody.
It could be
It
anybody.
could be anybody.
We'll find out.
How about Billy's big board bets?
Well, there's not really any games tonight, and that's pretty much what we'd always do.
We'll have,
Yeah.
we'll have a Friday edition.
He wants me to do basketball games.
I do.
Oh, really?
The
Yeah.
association.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of moving it to Friday because I take it very seriously, as you know.
Do you?
And
If you were in a gambling state.
2-1 last week, if I was in the DraftKings state, yeah.
So I can't talk about these games because you want me to keep teasing if the season ended today.
We can talk about the games. I'm just saying we have a segment later called "If the Season Ended Today." You want me to
Right.
tell you what the matchups would be if the season ended today? There was games we could talk about, or we can look into the future if the season ended today.
I'm okay with with holding off a segment and doing it as if the season ended today.
I'm just
it's
saying.
very confusing. I don't know why we're doing it that way, but I understand. I mean,
No, so yesterday the Chiefs played against the Bills, the Buccaneers played against the Lions. Saturday the Packers played the 49ers, and the Texans played the Rams. Lots to talk about, tons to talk about.
Yeah,
we don't need to get to if the season ended today quite yet, but if you want to, we can.
Okay.
Do you want to?
I'm torn. I do want to. Yes.
You want to just talk about if the season ended today right now?
I think I would. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
so-
Mikey, are you good with talking about if the season ended today?
I mean, if the season ended today, let's get to it.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
All right. So, Stugotz,
Yes.
I will now go through all of the formulas that we have, all of the info that we have, and I will tell you what happens
algorithms.
if
Okay.
the season ended today.
Okay. You've run this through your computers.
Multiple algorithms, multiple simulations.
I got it.
And this
Right.
is what
I
would
appreciate
happen.
the hard work.
10,000 simulations were run this week to tell
Okay.
you what the matchups would be in the playoffs if the season ended today.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to start with the AFC or the NFC?
The NFC. Let's start there.
All right. Hold on. Let me run one more here.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Just to make sure, right? Hold on. He's
Can't
running
hear
it.
me typing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what happened. I just closed my Word document. Hopefully, I still have that
It's
information.
rare for him this morning.
Anyways,
I mean,
if the season ended today,
A lot of energy.
was it NFC or AFC? Which did you
Monday.
decide?
Yeah.
NFC.
NFC. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah, NFC, I
I
said.
ran the. Hold
Right.
on. I did an AFC
The,
simulation.
the
there.
brain's moving so fast. I mean,
Hold on. a
Okay.
second.
Can't even work his computer.
yeah. Hold on. Take your time. Okay. He's typing. He's
yeah.
typing things in.
He's calculating.
He's
Okay,
He's
I got it.
simulating. Okay.
NFC?
What happened? Yeah. NFC. Yes.
All right. If the season ended today, in the NFC, next week, the 49ers
Right.
would host the Detroit Lions.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Are
one
you
coming.
sure?
You want to run it again?
So that means Brock Purdy did it in the playoffs,
Barely.
but needs to do it again in the playoffs. Yes. Yes.
If you watched that game, not that we're
Exciting.
talking about that
Did he
game,
though?
and you said
wasn't that
Brock
good.
Purdy did
Yeah.
it in the playoffs,
Did he though?
The 49ers did it in the playoffs. Do it again, by the way. You too, Kyle Shanahan. Enough of you.
there seems to be a path for the Lions to the Super Bowl.
A little bit.
There seems to be a path for the Lions to the Super Bowl.
So the Lions, they won. They advanced. They're taking on San Francisco in San Francisco.
Correct.
Wow,
also
Jared
won.
Goff, going home.
How
Wow.
about Jordan Love?
What about him?
What do you mean, what about him?
What about Jordan Love? You said, how about Jordan Love?
You were here touting him
did his
all
Favre
week. He's
impression.
the best thing. He's
Well, I mean,
so
Jordan-
great. Blah, 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 blah.
Jordan Love,
Guy had all day. He
Right.
had 4 drives to win the game.
the Packers should have won that game. There's no question about it. I ran my simulations, and the Packers should have won that game. They had every opportunity to win that game. I'm surprised they didn't win that game. And but San Francisco moves on. But I will tell you this right now, okay? Purdy or Jordan Love, next 10 years?
Well, are you jumping to another
Yeah,
game?
you're starting a
We're
new
going
game.
all over
You're
the
starting
place.
the next
sorry,
game.
I'm sorry.
Are
not
you
done with the
jumping to
season.
another game?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't answer the question.
I know, but we're not done
I
with the
just said
season
I'll tell
yet.
you something, but I didn't answer the question.
I'm here
okay?
trying to figure out if Jared Goff
I-
is from San Francisco. Like you just said, he's going
Yeah,
home.
that-
and
that-
I'm
He went to
confused.
Cal.
He went to
He
Cal.
went to Cal. that's
Okay,
all.
I was
Yes.
trying to find
he
that
went to
connection.
Cal. He
He went
grew
to
up. He was a
Cal.
big Joe Montana fan. I mean,
Gotcha.
I know all about Jared Goff. I love the NFC. Goff or Brock Purdy is the quarterback that's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. How about the AFC?
Goff's already been to a Super Bowl.
I know, with the Rams.
Yeah.
Yes, right. How about the AFC?
Hold on, we're just jumping. If the season ended today to the AFC, we have
Well,
so much time left in this show today. I don't know what we're doing. Okay, so let me run the
He
simulation.
kind of did both NFC
We're not.
games.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about the games. We didn't do anything. All right, AFC. Hold on.
What do you want to say about the Lions? I
Hold
mean,
on.
Round of applause for Baker.
Right.
He had him in the game.
Well,
I-
really?
Yeah,
I mean, he
but
had him in the
also-
game. He had a lot of bad throws, though.
It,
but he
it
had him
was
in the
it
game.
was a
Including the
great.
interception to end the game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
He had a good
obviously.
I mean,
season.
at the end, he's still Baker Mayfield. but-
Yeah.
minute and a half left.
Well,
It's
he-
not as bad as Jordan Love's interception in the game.
Mikey, I would take Baker Mayfield as the Jets quarterback right now. Right now.
Today.
Today.
know.
Today.
Oh, he's a gamer. I love Baker
Yes.
Mayfield.
Baker
Yep.
Mayfield played himself back into Radio Row advertisements this season.
No doubt.
He
Yes.
will be there, and he will be in demand.
Yes.
2-3 years ago in Atlanta, when
Done.
he was like, it was his first year. He was coming off of just getting drafted, having a successful season with the Browns. He had handlers; it was impossible to get to him. Then we had, some down years last year. You look around, you're like, where is he? Oh, here he is. He's at the golf tournament that Stugotz is at, just kind of wandering around, and he sits down on an inflatable couch. This year, no chance in hell that guy sits down on an inflatable couch anywhere.
How does he?
He's
like,
there with Snickers. He's there with
Yeah.
someone. He's being walked
No
around.
doubt, yeah.
He's going to be in demand.
Shouldn't he have like a lifetime contract with like Little Debbie or something? You just call him the Baker, and he's Baker Mayfield, and he's
Oof.
selling bread forever for whoever.
Put Juju on it. Juju will get him.
That is
Really
wow.
bad. Yeah.
That wasn't the best.
Find out who won, who's meeting up in the AFC Championship game next.
And we're back.
Really extended that.
I like to,
Perfect.
Monday
You have a lot
energy,
of time
right.
today.
I wanted people
You
to
have a lot of
guess.
time today.
I could have said anything there. I wanted people to guess what was next. You know what I mean?
What is next?
Well, no, that was it. And we're back. I didn't want people to know it after the and. I didn't want people to know what I
Got
was
it.
saying. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to tell us who won the AFC games over the weekend, or?
I'm not telling you who won.
Right.
I mean, I can tell you who won in
Well,
the
if the
AFC.
season ended today, who would meet up in the AFC Championship game?
See, that's a different game.
Okay, sorry.
That's a different game.
Okay.
So the Chiefs beat the Bills,
right.
and the Ravens mollywopped the Texans.
They're good.
Bad game.
It was funny. I was watching Chiefs and Bills last night. It was a great game. It's everything we wanted out of that game. But I was thinking to myself, man, this feels like I'm watching the Super Bowl. And really what you were watching were two quarterbacks playing for the right to play against a quarterback who's better than both of them. I mean, on the road, mind you. On the road. But I felt like I was watching a Super Bowl. What a fun game, man.
I hope that's not what the Super Bowl is like. Honestly, that game was
Well, it
not
won't
fun
be.
to watch at all.
You didn't like that game?
No,
Why
I mean
not?
it was close in the first half. It was fine. It felt competitive. In the second half,
Well, it kind of went off the rails after the fake punt a little bit, but then it got back to what it was.
It did. And what a terrible call. If you're going to go for it in your own end in that spot and you have that quarterback, use him.
McDermott, you are so fired.
Oh, I
so
thought-
fired. You are
Belichick's
so fired.
I will say this, okay? If Bill Belichick is offered that job inside the AFC East, close to where he's lived for the last 25 years, close to where his daughter coaches college lacrosse. If he is offered that job with that quarterback, he will take that job. And the Bills absolutely should offer him that job today.
That was a great game. I was confused. I thought that you were talking about Texans Ravens.
No, I'm talking about.
I was super excited. And
Those
I was
Chiefs,
like,
it's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, good. I'm glad Mikey was confused too.
But yeah, I love.
So Chiefs Bills was a great game. You're declaring Chiefs Bills was a great game.
It was a great
Okay,
game.
yes.
And I will say this.
I understand why you said what you said, because the Ravens Texans were tied 10-10 at half, and then the game got away from the Texans second half. Yes.
Lamar Jackson's so good.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that game in a second. We're not talking about that game right now. We're talking about Chiefs and Bills right now.
Yes. Chiefs
Just so
and
we're
Bills.
all on the same page of what game we're talking about. Even though I was the confused.
I just want to
Right.
revisit that it was 4th down, fake punt, season on the line. Damar Hamlin has the ball in his hands.
Well,
I love it.
seemed like they were trying to give him a moment. It kind of felt like they were trying to give him a moment.
It did.
A heart racing moment? I won't say. We'll get to that later.
Oh, hey.
Seemed like they were trying to give him a moment.
Spicy.
Heart
Well
racing.
done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good game.
That's not it. That listen. I have a great amount of respect for Damar Hamlin. That is not a time to try to give him a moment. It's not.
Not Damar Hamlin time.
You don't know. That's not a time to try to give him a moment.
Okay.
It's not. You have Josh Allen. You have maybe the best quarterback in the game. You have a top 5 quarterback in the game.
How about you have anybody else on the roster?
How about your punts?
They he
He got bailed out.
That's the right move.
He got bailed out. No, he got bailed out.
Mecole Hardman gave the ball right back.
Well, that's what he does.
They were still in position to tie the game at the end. Nicole Hardman. Wow.
You know what's
I know.
funny? When the Jets traded him back, I go, oh, I wonder why they're doing this. You know, he's a good. Now I know why.
Yes. Well,
It did feel like that. Like
that's not why, but
Yes.
yeah.
when that trade happened, I felt like, because at the time the Chiefs' offense was not looking good. No one was in sync, and it was like, you know what? Maybe Mecole Hardman is what they were missing. And I immediately grabbed him on fantasy. I'm like, this guy is about to go off.
I thought this name, like sneaky upgrade. He knows Patrick. He knows the offense. We were all wrong.
Well, yeah, it would appear so. Mecole Hardman, buddy, you got the ball 2 times, and one of the times you got it, that's what happened. What was that?
No, he fumbled twice.
He fumbled twice.
He fumbled
lost
twice.
one,
2
but
for
he
2.
fumbled twice.
Yes.
So both times he touched the ball
Right.
came out.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How do you guys feel about that rule? I saw people saying they want to change the rule. I'm fine with it. Keep the rule the same. We're not going to change the rule just because it happened to the Chiefs. I'm so sick and tired of things like that happening. Oh, Tom Brady gets hit. Let's change the rules so that Tom Brady's going to hurt him.
Tuck rule.
Oh, if the Chiefs would have lost that game, that rule would be changed this week.
Right.
That rule would have been changed this week.
If the season ended then.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. That's a good point.
I just don't know what
Season
what's the alternative.
What do you mean?
Like-
keep it the same. Sorry, it's a stupid rule. Everyone has to deal with it forever.
No,
That's
I
it.
mean, I think you got to protect the ball at the most important point. Like, what do you do then? You give the ball back to the Chiefs on
At
their
the
own 20?
one?
Like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
with
know.
you.
I don't know
Like,
what the answer is.
Yeah, I don't understand why if you fumble the ball.
And on like the most important area, you
Yeah.
have to have some kind of penalty. Like,
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yes.
But it's funny you say that. It's funny you say you got to protect it at the most important time, but that's the time where you least, because you want to reach it over, because as soon as you do, it's
You're
over.
trying to score.
As soon
right.
as you reach it over,
Yes.
the play is over. You
Right.
won.
That's
risk,
dumb too.
high risk, high reward,
Mm-hmm.
and they just got him.
Gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
Pacheco's a badass, huh?
He's good.
Which is why he should have the ball there instead of Mecole Hardman.
It was weird. Why did they give it to him?
I don't know. Like no reason. Like
At least they gave it to an offensive player.
yeah.
The Bills gave it to Damar Hamlin.
Special teams guy.
I mean,
Who half the time isn't even dressed? Like
it's the weirdest call.
they must have been thinking honestly, like no one could possibly on earth expect him to get the ball here. Why would they? Who would give him the ball in this spot? We're gonna
Maybe.
trick him because no one in their right mind would give him the ball here.
Yet I was sitting home on my couch going fake punt, like casually.
You did
as
not.
Casually
That
as I've
is
ever said it.
so not
I
true.
said fake punt. I told my wife fake punt.
You did not.
Fake,
tell your
here
wife.
comes the fake punt.
Yeah,
I did.
you said that to your
I told
wife.
her, here comes the fake
Here
punt.
comes the fake
I
punt.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was uttered yesterday. I
The
really
Bills
doubt
were
that.
thinking of the DVD yearbook.
Yeah.
They were like, just wait until this becomes part of it.
Oh, man.
This is the Emmy moment.
That would have been
Yep.
been the moment. And I'm pretty sure
Yep.
that like award voting is over, right? So like he can't even win comeback player of the year because of that moment. But that's
There would
like
have been write-ins.
that also, by the way,
would've changed it.
I wonder actually, you know what? I wonder, and
Right.
I could be wrong about this, and I'm most likely wrong about this. Because Baker will win comeback player of the year, I'm assuming, after the year that he had.
He
but
should.
I wonder if, and I'm just putting this out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything.
Joe Flacco?
No. Well, you know what? Maybe. It's going to be close.
But anyway, go ahead. Put it out there.
I wonder.
Purdy or
if
Flacco next 10 years.
there-
Sorry.
who- I mean,
I got ahead of myself. I'm sorry. That's next segment. My bad.
I wonder if someone tipped off the Bills and like, guys, look, Damar won the award. We have the award ceremony on CBS. We don't have any usable footage of him this season. We need a moment.
We have him standing alive on the sideline.
Yeah, we
That's
don't
the
have
best
it.
we got.
Whoa, Mikey, come on. What was
That's
that?
enough,
That's
Mikey.
too far.
I mean,
That was too far.
That's enough that he's standing alive on the
Jeez.
sidelines,
Yeah.
guys.
I understand.
Let me
but
be the
that's not
voice of
usable
reason
footage.
here.
But there is a producer that's like, maybe we get some footage of him actually playing football.
Listen,
And
it's
they're like,
not Damar Hamlin's
okay.
fault that his coach did that, okay?
No, I mean, he did. You
Really
know.
put him in a bad spot. If
He
you
put
think
him in a
about it.
ridiculous
That's a terrible
spot. Yes.
Oh, I would have been so mad at him after. I'd have been like,
Oh,
really, coach? Like,
What are you
No
doing?
way.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm beloved
afterwards.
here.
Yeah,
They
afterward,
love
yeah.
me. What are
Well,
you doing, coach?
Yeah, like this is a terrible spot. Of
Terrible
course, if
spot.
he nails it, then McDermott's a genius, and
Yeah.
who would have expected it to be a totally different narrative? But
So you think that was sabotage?
no,
No.
I just think McDermott is not great.
I think McDermott's fired.
Whoa, hot seat or cold seat?
What do you mean? Oh,
hot seat.
Hot seat or cold seat? Guys, come
So
on.
it- so it
We
is a
have
head coach.
format here.
It is a head coach.
No, we don't.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I didn't say that. Hot seat or cold seat? Sean McDermott.
Wait, we have hot seat or cold seat. We have next 10 years, Purdy or blank, and we have the aspirin heart. What are we doing with them?
I mean, don't sell it like that.
The
It's-
bear aspirin
Bears
heart.
heart racing moment.
No. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
I'm sorry. I'm unfamiliar with the segment. It's a new segment. I'm excited for
We
this
do it
segment.
every week.
Oh, we do.
We do it every week.
Okay. Really?
We also have a top 5 from Fuentes.
We have a top 5 from Fuentes.
Yeah, that we can get to.
So we have a lot
pretty
to
long
get
top
to.
five.
and we
yeah.
didn't. We didn't finish if the season ended today in the AFC.
Okay. We did not.
Not
Guys.
much to say about Ravens.
So please finish it. And Mike Fuentes, get your top 5 ready, okay?
All right, hold on. Let me tabulate one more time here.
I'm going to it in 30 seconds. all
This
right?
has over 10,000 simulations.
Okay.
So far.
Wow.
One more, just to be safe for this morning. Okay, it's in. If the season ended today, the Buffalo Bills would travel to Baltimore to face the Ravens in the AFC Championship game.
Wow.
Yeah.
You sure?
Are you
You
sure?
sure it's not the Kansas City
Hold on.
Chiefs?
Hold on.
Do it one more time.
51-49.
He's rattled.
If the season ended today, the Kansas City Chiefs would travel to Baltimore.
Wow.
See?
Wow. That's why you have to keep doing
it's
it.
the thing.
right?
It's
Yeah.
That's what happens sometimes.
Yeah,
you
you
go
gotta-
and the wrong thing comes out.
Just
Let me
keep-
double check.
Just keep playing the game. To
It's
get
the
right-
Chiefs. The Chiefs are headed
Right.
to Baltimore.
I'm glad you finally got there.
It was one of the simulations in
code.
which it didn't happen.
Do they have a chance against Baltimore? Put that into your tabulations.
Here's the thing: is that you go through, you have the 10,000 simulations, and then you go one more, and the one more is the one that's different. But
It was 5,000 up until that point. huh?
Yes. You had to do it one
if
more
the
time.
season ended today, Chiefs are headed to Baltimore to face the
Football's a
Ravens.
crazy game.
It really,
It really
is.
is.
game.
I mean, the
And
NFL.
I was
Any
about
given
to-
Sunday.
I was about to say, wow, what a
Any given
narrative!
simulation. I mean,
So many people wrote off the Bills. So
Right.
many people thought,
10,000
wow,
of
the window's closed, and there they
Right.
were making it. But no,
Yes.
that was the wrong simulation.
okay. Well, I'm glad you got it right.
They missed the field goal.
All right. So we have Chiefs at Baltimore.
Correct.
Okay.
What?
One more time, just to make sure.
Yeah,
All right, Chiefs at Baltimore, and we have
Baltimore.
Lions at 49ers.
Official.
That much we know.
Correct.
right? Okay, good.
If the season ended today.
All right, Mike Fuentes, what is your top 5 today?
Well, so this top 5 was realizations from Super Wildcard Weekend,
Okay.
but now it's realizations for the Super Wildcard Divisional Round, or something.
It's
Or
the
something.
divisional round.
It's
Yeah.
not super.
It's
Okay.
just
Yeah,
realization.
come
All right.
on.
Yeah, it's not super yet.
It was a great weekend.
It was
Correct.
super. Now it's not super.
No, it's
Now it's kind of super. I don't know.
All right.
Well, I have 3 OLIs.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the first OLI, Aaron Donald should get 2 paychecks.
Okay. 2, not 1, but 2.
He should get 2. He's
Okay.
double teamed every play,
Right?
so that's 2 jobs,
Okay.
2 paychecks.
Okay.
Okay,
By the way, Aiden Hutchinson never has anyone blocking him,
it's insane. He just
Right.
gets free run every time.
and he's annoying.
whoa.
I said it. I'm sorry.
Why is he
I know
annoying?
he was a guest of ours on Radio Row.
We're supposed to go on a cruise together.
Yeah.
We are supposed to go on a cruise together.
Wow.
I'm certain he is a much less annoying person on a cruise than he is on a football field. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
Do you, mean,
Realization.
do you mean he's annoying as a player, or he's
Yeah,
annoying? His
like-
personality's annoying.
No,
you don't like the little.
He's
like,
really good.
the
right?
one
Yeah.
side that has some paint on it.
He's so good he annoys me. All right, go
because
ahead.
you don't have him.
Kick, save, and a butte. Yes. We would never have it.
Realization number 2 OLI.
Right. Okay.
I'm 39 years old.
Oh.
Brett Favre was traded to the Packers when I was 8 years old. Billy was 4. They've had quarterbacks our entire lives.
Yes.
They is the Packers.
Yep.
It's crazy.
All right.
All right. A little lie number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Bills fans have shoveled snow for 2 weeks just for the season to end the same way it has the past 3 years.
All right. Got paid, though. All right, number 5.
Number 5. Eventually, Dan Campbell's going to cry. If he wins the Super Bowl, he cries.
He hasn't cried yet?
No, because he's been winning. So
Okay.
if he wins the Super Bowl, he cries.
He
If
keeps
he loses,
holding him back.
Fair.
if he loses, he's so proud of his guys and what they've accomplished. So eventually, Dan Campbell cries.
Okay.
Okay. Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
All season, I was calling the wrong Dolphins coach a fraud. The real fraud is Mike McDaniel.
Wow. Not Fangio, huh?
No, the offense had 6 touchdowns in the last 4 games. That's 1.5
What's the
touchdowns
fraud
a game.
name?
I know, but it took you 3 weeks to come up with that? I mean,
Why'd you realize that yesterday?
It was really last week, but I had to postpone it because we were so busy.
feel free to update your list. Anyway, number 3.
Yeah, I mean,
Puka Nacua might be a top 10 receiver his whole career.
Okay. Might be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he can get hurt. He can fall off. But
Okay.
right now, he's on track for that.
Okay.
Mike Evans is so good.
He's ridiculous.
So good.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
So good.
I don't
He
know.
is, yes.
I mean,
Wait.
we have 10 seasons.
Do you guys agree, though, with Booger McFarland, who tweeted out, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer, but no one would put him top 5.
I wouldn't, yeah.
At his own position right now.
No, he's not. I mean, when you have 10,000-yard seasons in 10 years,
He's good.
You're really good. But I
Yes.
don't know if you're a top 5 all time. I mean,
Got it.
No, he was saying that
He's
he's,
not
not, a
top
top
five
5
current.
now.
Yes.
But he's
Not a top
first
5
ballot Hall
current
of
one.
Famer.
He's not.
No, he's not.
He's not.
I have a bunch of guys I'd take over.
Of course. Right. It's crazy.
Puka Nacua is one of them. Yeah.
Right. Well, Stephon Diggs. I mean,
Stephon Diggs kind of fell off. I don't think that's his fault completely, though.
Tyreek Hill.
I take Tyreek Hill. I
course.
take Justin Jefferson.
There's 5. That's my
Yeah,
point.
there's
There's 5.
definitely 5. Yeah.
Chase is
Amon-Ra.
another one, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Number 2.
Yep.
Man, a lot of people were wrong about that Christian McCaffrey trade.
You're right.
I remember a certain network giving the trade a C- for the 49ers.
Right.
Huh.
Not very smart.
Doesn't help when you take Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud.
That data.
Yes. All right. Number 1.
I mean, we'll find out.
Okay.
I mean, CJ Stroud's really good, but
He is.
Bryce Young.
Everyone-
he had no help.
And number 1 is everyone's just playing for the right to lose to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Okay. All right.
They have the best offense and the best defense.
I sense Billy likes Mahomes in that
He
game.
gave me a face.
What are we doing next year, Billy? Are we doing hot seat or what are we doing?
Hot seat or cold seat?
Hot seat or cold seat? And for the next 10 years.
No.
No, we're saving that?
Next segment, we're gonna play a little game called Bayer's Heart Racing Moments.
Oh, okay. We'll do that.
Brought to you by Bayer.
Thanks. We'll do that next.
Stugotz,
Yo,
it's that time.
what's up?
You excited?
What?
It's time for the Bayer Heart Racing Moments of the
A
weekend.
staple?
It is.
Yes.
Stugotz, did you know that your heart attack risk can more than double when your home team plays? Learn more and assess your heart risk factors at checkyourheartrisks.com. Brought to you by Bayer Aspirin, the official sponsor of Fans Hearts.
Mikey A and I did know that with the Jets. We did.
I did know that.
Blood pressure goes up, the heart. Yes, all of it.
I would think that there's lots of Bayer consumption during Jets games for you.
There is. Yes.
By lots, I mean the appropriate amount.
Yes.
Okay.
I take 2 to 3.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is what we're going to do. We're now going to go around the room and we're all going to share with the audience our Bayer Heart Racing moment of the week.
Okay. Interesting. Who's going first?
Let's start with you.
I'm going first, huh?
Yeah, you get the honors.
All right, so I am going to go with the Bucks, having the Bucks plus 6.5. Okay? Now, if you watch that game, the Bucks came down. They were down 14. They scored a touchdown. They got it to 8. They went for 2. And that moment right there, as I'm watching them trying to convert that 2-point conversion for me to cover the spread, for me to win the money, and to see Baker Mayfield throw a timing pattern in the back of the end zone, which is not his strength. His strength is, I'm going to throw it as hard as I can. It's not touch. And to see them go with that play, and Todd Bowles, who is always smiling while they're not converting the 2-point conversion, that is my heart racing moment of the week.
It actually, Stugotz, was worse for you because if you remember, you bought it up to 7.
Yeah,
so
well,
all you needed was the extra point for a
Terrified
push
of the
there.
hook. Yeah.
Came back and bit you.
It did. You're right.
Mikey,
Mm-hmm.
what's your heart racing moment of the week?
going to San Francisco with Green Bay, Jordan Love. He has the ball at the end of the game, and you're thinking, oh, man, we got another one of those Packers comebacks. And he looked just like all the Packers quarterbacks before him, one in particular, Brett Favre, when he inexplicably was running right and tried to throw it back left and threw an interception to seal the game. Heart-racing moment.
Yeah. When they took the lead 21-14, it felt like they were going to win, right? Because they take the lead, then they force a 3 and out, and you think, okay, like they're about to run away with this thing.
Yep.
And then, nope. Next possession, interception. Then they had to punt. Then they missed a field goal. Then the 49ers took the lead with a touchdown, and then another interception.
Yeah, Jordan Love was bad towards the end of that game. I mean, he had a great second half of the season, had a great first 3 quarters of that game, and the Packers should have won that game.
What do you think your biggest takeaway was from that loss? And we'll get back to the heart-racing moments. I don't want to derail us too much here. But
from the Packers-Niners?
The Niners seem beatable.
The Niners are beatable. And my biggest takeaway from that game was Brock Purdy. I know they won the game, but he was not great. No. And I don't think he is great. So we'll see.
Well, that's a little hint there for over the next 10 years, Purdy or blank.
Well, we'll see.
Mike Fuentes, your heart-racing moment of the weekend?
My heart-racing moment happened in the parking lot of the Bills game where a Bills fan wearing a Detroit Lions sweater decided to jump through a table that was on fire. And usually when they do these things, the guy's really high on like this huge thing of snow, and he jumps through the table. But there was another Bills fan just going ham with the lighter fluid. He was like putting the whole bottle on the table. This guy jumps down. The guy's still spraying the lighter fluid. And then, of course, when he hits, his ass catches on fire. Yeah. And they had to like jump on him and put him out. And that was my heart racing moment.
It was weird because look, I've never been on fire after jumping off of a truck through a table. So I
prefer not to be
from experience.
Right.
But when there's snow on the ground, can't you just roll around in the snow? Shouldn't that put it out?
Wasn't working for that guy.
But he didn't. He got up, and then they were like kicking him, and he kept patting himself to try to put it
There
out.
was one guy that was aware that basically tackled him and was just like throwing all the snow he could into his lower back to get it out. And eventually he did. But
I'm with Billy. It seems like snow would be enough.
I guess though,
Not
when you're on fire, you're probably not thinking clearly when you're on fire, or probably not thinking clearly before you're on fire when you choose to be on fire.
And to jump through the table and be on fire.
It's a fair assessment.
Seems like lots of
a lot of not clearly thinking.
Exactly right.
Yes.
You want to know my heart-racing moment of the weekend?
I would love to, yes.
Down 3 points. The game on the line. Tyler Bass comes in. All he has to do is kick it through, tie up that game. Then we'd see what would happen with Mahomes and the Chiefs because they were going to get the ball back with a little bit of time. So
right. Enough time.
Make that, and you don't necessarily know that you're going to win the game, but you could force overtime.
Tyler ass.
Wide right. Heart racing moment.
Yep.
Season ended on a missed field goal.
Yep. Well, that's not the first time for Buffalo.
Wide right.
May lead to us in a game of hot seat or what do you want to call it? Hot seat or not seat?
Hot seat or not seat right
It's
now?
a better game.
Much
We're
better
doing
than
hot seat or not seat right now?
No, I'm just saying that
right now? No, I want it right now.
Let's play it right now.
Hot seat or not seat.
Wow.
This is so amazing.
That was our Bear heart racing moments of the weekend, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to Bear.
Thank you to you.
Yes. What's the matter with you today?
I don't know.
He is in a crazy, crazy mood.
My head
He's got
feels
too much
weird.
energy.
My head feels a little weird today. And is it hot in here? Or is
No,
it
it's not. It's
Okay,
not.
then
It's freezing in here. I mean,
better reach for my bear.
hot seat or not seats. Are you ready?
Yeah, how do we play this?
It's your game.
No, it's your game. I just want to play hot seat or cold seat. I don't know
All
if
right,
it's the
hot
same
seat or
game.
cold seat. Let's play it.
Okay.
All right.
Hot seat or cold seat?
Yes.
Sean McDermott.
Hot seat. I'm telling you guys, Sean McDermott, he should be fired today. And he should be fired today in large part because Bill Belichick would love to be the Bills coach.
Would he? Did he tell you?
No, I'm just, I'm guessing.
It is interesting that Bill Belichick.
Listen, if you're talking to the Falcons, you'll talk to the Bills.
Well,
if you're talking to the Falcons, you'll talk to anybody.
That's a good point.
Okay?
That's a good point.
If you talk to the Falcons twice, you'll talk to anyone once.
Why do the Falcons have to talk to him twice?
Right. And there's going to be a third time because Bill's stringing it out. That's why. Because he's waiting to see if Sean McDermott gets
He's
fired.
waiting for a good offer.
Of course.
That's the thing.
He's waiting for a good team.
That's what we need to talk about here because if you're the Ravens or if you're the Falcons, you have to be like, are you coming or not? Like, we're not going to keep doing this because he's just waiting around for a better offer.
So is Harbaugh. Whatever I called him. Harbaugh. So is Harbaugh. It's late on a Monday afternoon. Billy's throwing me off with all his energy. I need Bear. I mean, this is crazy. Yeah.
Well, what offer is he waiting for?
Well, he's also interviewed with the Falcons twice. I mean, Arthur Blank, they're stringing you along. They're waiting for a better job and a better offer.
Yeah.
You're leveraged. That's all you are.
Wow.
I mean, he is.
It's a lot of flirting.
It is.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Billy. Put your foot down. Give me an answer. That's it.
That's what I'm
CLB.
saying.
Right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Why is Joe Brady in like all this consideration for head coaching jobs? He's like a replacement OC.
They got rid of Ken Dorsey, the Bills did, and
Like,
the offense got better with Joe Brady.
He turned the offense around.
Yeah.
Like it used to be either you throw it to Diggs or you run, and now it's like a lot of out of the backfield stuff from running backs. It's Shakir became a guy, a lot of tight ends. Before it's either a deep ball to Diggs or Josh Allen takes off for 20 yards.
I still don't think Ken Dorsey should have been fired.
Same.
I mean, the games that they were losing were defensive, and they were dumb things
Also
that,
true.
that Josh Allen was doing,
Agreed.
turning the ball over.
But he
which
did,
wasn't
and
Ken
Joe
Dorsey's
Brady, under Joe Brady, the offense got better. Therefore, he's in consideration for a head coaching
Yeah.
job. How about Eric Bieniemy? Anybody?
The Commanders interviewed him, which is
Great.
always weird when you have to interview with the team you already work for.
Yes.
Like, don't you know me?
Hey, I've been here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My office is right there.
You did this a year ago.
I don't even got to switch offices. You just switch the nameplate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
no, I would switch offices.
Yes.
You think that
I want the big one.
Exactly. I want the bigger office. Yeah.
Hot seat or cold seat?
Well, that was it for this week.
You
Yeah,
just
that's
have
it.
one?
That was
It was just a,
yeah, that was it for this week.
You're a jackass. You know
Why?
that?
Because all the coaches that are actually on a hot seat have been fired already.
Yeah, I mean we've run out of seats.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We have one other seat, Nick Sirianni, hot seat or cold seat.
Oh, that's a good one, though.
That seat is getting colder.
Really?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hearing. Yes.
It was hot last week, but now it's cooling
It
off.
was scorching hot last week, and now it's cooled down a bit.
Would you take that if you're Belichick?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Would you fire Sirianni if you knew you could get Belichick?
Yes.
You love Belichick. You'd fire any
why do you
coach
think
to
the
get
seat
Belichick.
cooled down?
Right.
I don't know. Why did it cool down?
McDermott.
My guess,
Interest from the Falcons.
they called Bill and they were like, Bill, Philly, what do you think? He's like, no, I don't want to go there. And he's like, no, Nick Sirianni's our coach.
Did you
He's
see?
our guy.
Did you see the
Always has been.
Did you see the report yesterday that came out that I think it was Schefter, if I'm crediting, but it may not have been, where they were saying that there are multiple teams that are waiting to reach out to Belichick. Some that have coaches, some that don't. At least
Yes.
one that currently has a coach.
Yeah.
So reach out.
The Bills.
Oh.
I don't think you can
What?
until like the 20.
And I'll tell you what, the Chiefs.
Well, why can't they reach out? But the Falcons already have twice.
Not the Chiefs.
Because the Falcons
Not the
fired
Chiefs.
their coach.
You say not the Chiefs. If I'm telling you right now, if Andy Reid wins a Super Bowl here, I could see Andy Reid retiring.
You're the only
And
one
if
that's
you're
running
Bill
with this.
Belichick, why would you not want to be the head coach of Patrick Mahomes?
Well, the thing is, but that's not a hot seat or cold seat. That's he retired.
Right.
And then you got to wait another 3 weeks.
Right.
And I don't know if the Falcons are going to stick around.
That's true. That's
know?
a different game.
Yeah.
Not
He
hot
just got
seat.
up. He had a seat. And
Yeah.
That's
Steve
hot
was-
seat or not seat, because then there's
Yeah.
no seat for
Exactly.
Andy Reid. He got up and
Oh.
left.
Yeah.
Hot seat or not
Interesting.
seat.
Now it's
Yeah.
a free seat.
Mhm.
Yeah, empty seat, vacant seat.
Purdy or blank for the next 10 years. Next.
And we're back.
Yes, we are.
I'm excited, Stugotz.
What?
News
Breaking news?
on a Monday.
Breaking news.
Well, I mean, it depends when you listen to it.
Okay.
If you listen to it right now, then it's breaking news. If you're listening to it, hours from now, it's been out for a while, and you may have already seen it
It's
elsewhere.
developing news.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that. Developing news.
Yeah.
There have been developments.
Developing.
Okay.
In bright red.
All
Well,
right.
it's really like the banner is red, and then the letters are probably white, but they're bold, and there's a colon. Developing. And
Okay.
you're
But they're
looking at
not
it.
Comic Sans.
Mm-hmm.
No. This is an all capitalized, bold, white font on a red banner underneath. Developing.
Got
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Ertz.
What?
I haven't even finished yet.
I know, but why? How is there breaking news revolving around Zach Ertz at this stage of the season?
Developing news.
Okay,
Not
developing.
breaking.
I'm sorry.
Developing
Right.
news.
I'm sorry.
Zach Ertz has signed with the Lions.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
3-time Pro Bowler. I mean,
Just right off the dome, you knew that. 3-time Pro Bowler.
check it. I think he is. If I know that, that's I have some issues. I think he made the Pro Bowl 3 times. Yes, but how are the Lions picking up players for the NFC Championship game? How is this allowed?
He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. 2017 to 2019.
Yes. Get a run.
Sam Laporta is obviously the starter on that team. So how mad are you if you're the backup tight end that you do all this work all year to get them to the NFC Championship game, and then Zach Ertz is like, hey, you know what? I want to play for you guys.
Name the
And
backup
you're
tight
just
end.
gone.
Name him. What's his
Doesn't
name?
matter.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. He
Zach
does
Ertz
work.
is better.
Well,
He does
now you
work.
can. It's Zach Ertz,
Exactly.
3-time Pro Bowler.
It's kind of crazy that you could just like you're good. Yeah, you want to come play on this team? Sure, you're good.
But
Don't
I'm
worry.
assuming someone got hurt. Maybe the back end tight end got hurt, Mike, or maybe Laporta's
Maybe.
banged up.
Laporta has been banged
Right.
up.
Yes.
Well, Laporta has been banged up.
He's so good,
Still.
Laporta. He's so good. I mean, I love all these tight ends in the NFL. The Bills have 2 of them. I mean, they do. Knox
They
and
all went to
Kincaid. They all went to Iowa.
Now the Lions have 2 of them.
Zach Ertz played this perfectly, right? Like he's just waiting around,
Just hang around.
waiting all season for. I'm like, we're close, right? I mean, we're
He should have
probably.
waited one more week.
I was gonna say,
No. If the Lions lose, he just signs with the Niners. I mean,
and Ndamukong Suh. Here's a prediction. And Ndamukong Suh's gonna sign with someone in the next 3 weeks.
With the Lions coming back home.
He could.
Homecoming
One last
story.
ride. He's there for the Super Bowl
Correct.
if they make it.
if you could sign with any of the 4 teams right now, who would you sign with? You're in Ndamukong Suh.
Depends on the position.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say what
Ndamukong
position.
Suh.
So if you're Sue,
If you're Sue, I think you sign
Baltimore.
with the Lions because then you go back to the Lions. It's like ultimate villain if he signs with the 49ers, right? The Lions have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. He decides, you know what? I'm going to sign with the Niners and keep him out of the Super Bowl. Like that's
It'd be great.
No, that's the
that'd
worst.
be great.
He takes a
Can't
cheap
do
cheap
that.
shot at Jared Goff on the way out.
Oh,
Last night of the game.
man. Yeah.
I mean, Billy, why are you making that face? Like, we don't care about any of these teams. It'd be chaos. It'd be fun. It'd be funny.
I don't want him to do that to Detroit.
Really?
Motor City, man.
Is that your team now?
Grit.
I could, yeah, I kind of want. I really do want the Lions to make it to the Super Bowl because I want Dan Campbell to be like front and center for 2 weeks.
I do love that, it's John Harbaugh and it's, Andy Reid and it's Kyle Shanahan and Dan Campbell.
Man Campbell.
That's our kind of guy, man. I'm
He
telling
is our
you.
kind of guy, yes.
If all of them, well, here's the weird thing. He's our kind of guy, but we're not his kind of guy, if that makes sense.
We're wimps.
Like if he was, let's say you put all of the coaches that remain, if the season ended today and you put all of the coaches in this room with us.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
That would be the guy that I think we'd most have like.
He would hate us.
But he would hate us.
Yes.
Like he would least. If we had to choose who we most wanted to hang out with, we would choose him, and we would be the people in that room that he would least want to hang out with.
Now, who's the coach that would, of the 4 remaining, that would like us the most, that would enjoy hanging out with us?
Well, I'll tell you this.
Because
much.
Harbaugh is quirky, man. The Harbaughs are quirky.
Yeah.
And we're quirky.
Andy Reid has been on this show a number of times, and we have never been allowed to be on with him. So I think that he
I was
would
on
not
the
choose.
I was on the Zoom once.
Actually, I think the second time he was on, didn't we ask him a hamburger question or something? I think we were there.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
also kind of like, guys, shut up and don't embarrass me.
Yes.
I'm Mike Golick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
So you think we should go Harbaugh? It's not Shanahan, right?
Are we counting Vrabel? Didn't you have a good relationship with him?
Yeah, but
while
he's not one of the
golfing?
last.
No,
four.
one of the 4 coaches that are left.
Oh,
Vrabel,
only one of the last.
Vrabel,
four.
we
Yeah,
played
yeah.
golf with at Tahoe. All the coaches love Golick, by the way. Okay.
Yeah.
Shanahan, there's that connection that he has with Sims that we also have with Chris Sims, but he seems
Sims would vouch for us.
No, he
I'm
wouldn't.
not certain
No,
he
he
would.
wouldn't.
Right. But Shanahan seems like a little bit too smart. Or
Yeah, he thinks
yes.
he's better than us.
So it gets down to now John
He
Har.
is.
I think Andy Reid's our guy. I think Andy Reid, if he spent some time with me, you, and Mikey A, he would actually enjoy it. I do.
I'm starting to come around on Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh might be into us.
I feel like Jim is more an us guy than John is. Though.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Jim doesn't care, dude. He's quirky as hell. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you have a game to play? Didn't we have a game that we
I
had
do.
left?
I
that
have
we
it
haven't-
right here. Yeah, I do. You okay?
I tried to try.
What
to-
happened there?
I don't know. Something came up.
By the way, I will tell the viewers and the listeners that we're trying to get Andy Reid on this week.
Why are you telling me that?
Why do that?
Why not?
Because if we don't, then we look like we
I
couldn't
don't
get
If we
him.
don't, then we're failures.
Exactly. Don't tell him. Surprise him with it.
All right, fine.
Well,
Sorry.
it's not fine. It's too late.
Forget you heard that, listeners.
Yeah,
and
pretend
viewers.
you.
No, you
pretend
know what?
didn't
I
hear
am
that.
confident in my guest booking skills and Mike Golick's relationship with Andy Reid and me using Mike Golick's name with all these NFL
I was
teams.
about to say it's Mike Golick.
It's
You
a
have
busy-
confidence in.
This is the third year we've been doing the show. Andy Reid has joined us one time every year we've done the show. And I have been told by the Chiefs, and I trust this person very, very much, that he will get us an interview with Andy Reid.
That's fine.
And so I have no reason to think otherwise.
But you don't have to say this week because last week
But it
was
doesn't have to
also
be, yeah.
exactly.
Well, no, but I think he's trying for this week because if they don't win this week, then their season's over and it's hard to track down Andy Reid. That's all.
That's kind of the truth of the last 3 weeks, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
They
guess.
don't win this week.
I feel like Andy Reid. Like if Andy Reid went missing, right? There's probably like 6 or 7 spots he might be, right? And if he's not in one of those spots, then
How many of
you'd
them have
be-
drive-throughs?
Then you'd be worried.
All of them.
Like, don't you think like a lot of these people, like if they're not that tricky to find if you really wanted to find them and you knew them in any way?
Yeah.
Like Mike Leach was a person where if Mike Leach was like missing,
Just go search the keys.
yeah, like you
Yes,
knew
right.
like there's like
Yes.
4 or 5 dive bars down there in the Keys and you could find him
He's
there.
in one of them, right?
Exactly right. Talking
Or on a
someone's ear
bike
off.
path with his wife, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Rest in peace, Mike Leach. I miss him.
Did he ride bikes with his
Yeah.
wife a
He
lot?
did. He called us during COVID, riding bikes with his wife.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Anyway, you ready for the game?
Yeah, what is it again?
For the next 10 years, Purdy or blank.
Okay.
Because even while winning, Brock Purdy was not great, okay? And I'm not certain he is great. And so I'm just going to throw some quarterbacks out there, and you tell me which one you would rather have for the next 10 years. All right?
Okay.
You ready? Brock Purdy or Jordan Love for the
Louvre.
next 10 years. Who you taking, Mikey?
Louvre.
Yep. What I'm trying to do is show the listeners and the people, watching that Brock Purdy's not that good.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we should just answer the opposite.
Well,
Compare-
do whatever you want. Jordan
Compare
Love.
him to the absolute best quarterbacks in the league and tell me if you'd rather have him.
Hold on. Let the game play out.
CJ
Purdy or
Stroud
Jordan
is
Love?
next.
Let the game play out. Jordan or Purdy Love? Jordan Love or Purdy?
Jordan Love.
Jordan
Okay,
loves the
next
answer.
one.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
ready?
Purdy love,
CJ
baby.
Stroud.
Purdy
Next.
or Justin Fields? Next 10 years.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I think there I take Purdy just because of the injuries and stuff.
Mikey?
Justin Fields.
Same here. Purdy or Bryce Young? Next 10 years.
Brock Purdy.
Really?
From what we've seen so far,
I
The
mean,
number 1 overall pick in the draft. I mean, he might turn into a Hall of Fame type player.
he might, but I have to decide today.
yeah, because
Right, but who has the upside?
But Bryce Young had one of the worst rosters in the league, and then
Right.
Purdy has arguably the best roster in the league. So
Yes.
it's like,
But I'm also considering that Bryce might get injured because he seems
well, Brock's been injured too.
susceptible to
But
injury.
what Fuentes
No,
is
but-
doing is imagining Bryce Young on San Francisco.
Yeah, and he'd be amazing.
Right.
So I'd probably take Bryce Young.
Okay. Mikey?
This is the hardest one. I'm going to go Bryce Young.
All right, they
I'm
get
gonna go
harder.
Bryce Young.
I think they get harder. Purdy or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh,
Purdy, easy.
Really?
Yeah, easy.
Imagine Trevor in San Francisco.
I can
Trevor
imagine.
Lawrence.
No, Purdy.
Trevor Lawrence doesn't make poopy in his hands the way Brock Purdy did the other day.
wow.
Okay. Billy's thinking about it.
I mean, I know for the sake of the show, I should say Brock Purdy.
No, you never
then
do
when
that.
I think for the
Sims
sake
comes-
of the sub, you
When
should say
Sims
Brock
comes
Purdy,
on,
yeah.
who would you take, Brock Purdy or Trevor Lawrence? Billy said Brock Purdy.
Montez has
You're an
spoken.
idiot, you red jacket.
Montez has spoken. Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
One
Red
trick pony with a
sweatshirt.
red jacket.
I mean,
enough already.
exactly. Come up with a new joke, buddy.
Purdy or Dak Prescott? Next 10 years.
Dak.
Dak. Same here.
Dak.
Dak. Billy, you take Dak.
Sure.
I know
For regular season.
I know
I'd take
Billy's
Dak.
answer to this. Purdy or Kirk Cousins next 10 years.
Oh, come on, Kurt. No question.
Do I want a 48-year-old Kirk Cousins? Huh?
Yeah.
A 48-year-old Kirk Cousins is.
First ballot Hall of Famer,
Mhm.
according to Billy.
If he plays till he's 48, he's going to put up the numbers to get himself in. I will say that on record right now.
Okay.
If Kirk Cousins plays until he's 48 years old, he will have the numbers to get into the Hall of Fame.
I have 2 more. Mikey, I'm going to you here first. Mikey A. Purdy or Baker Mayfield next 10 years?
Baker. Done.
Same here. Baker.
I don't think Baker's
Baker.
going to last 10
Baker.
years. Baker gets banged up
Yeah,
way too
Purdy.
much. I'd take Purdy.
You guys are taking Purdy over Baker
For
next
10 years?
Yes.
Yeah, because Baker's
Yeah.
not going to last 10 years. He
Baker
gets-
has injury history.
Yeah, he gets
Neither
banged
is
up.
Kirk Cousins, but I'll still take him.
Yeah.
That
Fair
was my
point.
argument.
Purdy next 10 years. Purdy or Caleb Williams?
Oh, wow.
It's a good one.
What team? So these people are always on the 49ers?
Well, yeah. I mean, Caleb's going to
I'm
Chicago.
saying, but
probably.
I didn't in this game.
How about Purdy or Will Levis?
Chris Cody's yelling, Caleb, Caleb, behind me, Caleb.
I would take Caleb. I take all these quarterbacks over Purdy,
Caleb, yeah.
including Will Levis.
Will Levis?
He's got a chooch.
He can sling it.
I'm so happy.
I love the game.
It's your game. You invented it.
It makes me happy. Caleb or Purdy?
I'm shocked you didn't do CJ Stroud. I guess too obvious.
It's everyone would take CJ. Come on, are you kidding me? The Niners would have 9 Super Bowls with CJ.
Purdy or Anthony Richardson?
Richardson.
Oh, I don't know.
Billy's face. The last minute.
That genuinely hurt Billy's
Look at the
feelings.
game.
It was a good game.
Good game.